I'm Alessandra with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at the REV'IT Ignition 3 jacket and pants available at RevZilla.com. The REV'IT Ignition 3 series is going to be a 2 to 3 season warm weather touring and commuting outfit that has both mesh and leather. So that's particularly unique because you really don't see a lot of mesh and leather together. And with this, you're going to get all the protection and abrasion resistance of leather, but the ventilation of mesh, and you're even going to get Seeflex Level 2 armor in the shoulders, elbows, and knees with C-Smart Level 1 in the hips right out of the box. Also, the option for a back protector. So this outfit, if you're not familiar with it, is going to be a really beefy option in terms of protection, but still give you that nice warm weather ventilation. Now, if it looks familiar, that's because it's based on the Ignition 2 series, which REV'IT has had for a long time. Now, the reason why they're coming out with the Ignition 3 and giving you a little bit of an upgrade is just to upgrade that protection, but we're really not seeing much of a styling update from REV'IT. This is tested and true, so there's not much that they're going to change in terms of aesthetics. That said, before we get into the jacket and pants themselves, a quick note on sizing. So Helen to my left is 5'6", 135 pounds with a 36-inch chest and a 30-inch waist. For the jacket, she's in a size 38. Now, if you were to look at the size chart, those measurements put her in a size 40. So we recommend sizing down one size. Now, you also have liners in here, a waterproof liner as well as a thermal vest liner. If you are probably not going to wear the jacket with the liners, you might even size down another size. But you know, this is designed to be used with the waterproof liner when it's a little rainy and the thermal liner on those chillier mornings. So in that case, I would probably just size down one size. Now, don't forget, orders over $39 ship for free. And as always, if you want to see what other mesh options are available for women, click and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So let's get into the jacket itself. So if we start at the collar here, you're going to have a leather Mandarin style collar with 2 snaps. Underneath this, you're going to have a leather finish. And through the front of the jacket, you're going to have Dynax mesh. So Dynax mesh is going to be a beefier mesh that REV'IT has designed. And then if we look at the shoulder and work our way down the arm, you're going to have Monaco race grade cowhide leather. This is about 1:1 to 1.3 millimeter leather. So it's pretty beefy. Underneath this shoulder here, you're also going to have REV'IT's Seeflex Level 2 armor that I mentioned earlier. So I actually have one of the shoulder pieces in my pocket here. As you can see, the Seeflex is pretty flexible. It's also preformed to conform to your body, and it has a ton of ventilation. And that's really important in a summer option, especially when you have leather on the jacket. So Level 2 protection, it really doesn't get any better than that out of the box for a jacket. Now, if we move on here and work our way down the side here, you're going to have that Monaco cowhide leather throughout, and then at the end of the cuff here, you're going to have a double snap closure. The other cool, neat thing about this jacket is you're going to be able to unzip here. There's actually 2 zippers. You can make it so that you have a little bit of additional ventilation. So since you have leather throughout most of this jacket, leather is not the most breathable material all the time, but you have the mesh here, and you can open this up a little bit, and that should give you a little bit more ventilation into the jacket, which is nice. Now, go ahead and turn to the side for me. So put your arms in the riding position. So looking at the side of the jacket, as I mentioned earlier, there are not a ton of updates that you can see. Most of the updates were in terms of protection, bumping up level 1 to level 2. However, there is a nice update all along the wingspan here. So in the previous model, the Ignition 2, you had leather all along the wingspan here. And that really made for a bulkier jacket with less mobility. They've replaced it with textile. It seems like a small detail, but it was a common complaint not having enough mobility there and having a jacket that's just kind of made you feel like you were a football player. So nice little subtle update from REV'IT. Then as we work our way down the side, you have a 2-snap closure. It would have been nice to see a little bit more give at the hips, but having 2 snaps is definitely better than nothing. Helen, go ahead and turn to the back for me. So along the back here, you're gonna have the REV'IT reflective logo here, and you're gonna have these two foam backed pieces. Now these don't do anything in the way of protection, but they're nice to have, say if you're a commuter and you wear a backpack, it's gonna give a little bit more cushioning there. You have the Dynax mesh throughout the rest of the back and a lower drop seat in case you're in a more aggressive position. You also have a foam backing here. Again, not doing much for protection, more so just there for comfort and for looks. And then you have a reflective REV'IT logo. Helen, go ahead and turn to the front for me. So getting into the inside of the jacket, this is where you're gonna see a lot of other functionality that you wouldn't have noticed. So not only do we have mesh and leather, which is something that isn't really seen a lot in summer options, but you're also getting a waterproof liner as well as a thermal vest liner. So you can see here, this is the waterproof liner here, and that is throughout the jacket. It is removable, and the thermal vest liner is removable as well. So if you're in California, this is probably a great jacket to ride in year round. You have everything that you pretty much need. If you're on the East Coast, say in the Philly area, it's way too cold to stretch this jacket into the winter. With that in mind though, it's a great option for the summer, and it even has an attachment for REV'IT's Challenger cooling vest. So if you're someone who gets hot easily, you can also zip that in. If we go ahead and open this up, on the inside of the jacket itself, say you were to wear it without any of the liners, you're gonna have a little pocket here and a mesh lining. You're also going to have the option to zip this jacket to the pants, which is really nice. So you have a short connection zipper as well as a long one. Now, the pants are gonna fall in line with the jacket. They used to be called the Gear 2s. They will now be called the Ignition 3s as well. And with the pants, you're gonna get that Seeflex Level 2 armor in the knees, as well as Seeflex Level 1 in the hips right out the box. Also getting the Dynax mesh, as well as the Monaco cowhide leather, and some additional stretch at the back of the seat, which is nice for the pants. But all in all, solid option from REV'IT. There's a reason why they continue to come out with the Ignition series. You don't get a lot of leather, mesh, and that amount of protection in a jacket like this, as well as a waterproof liner and a thermal vest liner. That said, if you want to see what other women have to say about the Ignition 3, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device and see what they're saying in the reviews at RevZilla.com. If you want to speak to one of our lady gear geeks, give us a call at 877-792-9455 or shoot us an email at cs@RevZilla.com. Thanks for taking a look at the Ignition 3. I'm Alessandra. I'll see you on the road.